Okay. All right, we might be back. Let me know real quick. I need to know. Are we live? Are we good? I can't tell. I think we're okay. All right. Sounds like we're good. Sounds like we're good. All right. I think we're good. Man, that was. I can't believe all that was going on. Sorry, guys. I just want to give a little recap of what happened. I don't know what's going on with my uploads or my stream in general. For some reason, it was not uploading. So pretty much had to close her down, re-download, and see what was going on. So sorry for that. Yo, Crypto B. All right, so we're good. I think we're good. I was having, for some reason, it would just crash my YouTube. It would crash my videos. So I don't know. Anyway, I'm just gonna jump right into it, guys, because I'm already pretty late. So saw me sneaking into the crypto channel last night. I'm everywhere, bro. I'm lurking. Don't worry. I'm fucking. I'm all up in it. All right. I'm just going to jump right into my analysis right here. So we're currently sitting. This is the daily on the SPY right here, really quick. I'm just going to give a nice little recap. Obviously, you can see right here we had that blow off top breakout right here. Boom. Ripped up. As you can see, we're kind of consolidating sideways slightly. Not really. Obviously, we created a gap fill that I talked about previously before, right up over here. This was the top of the gap. This is the bottom of the gap. And it looks like it's kind of playing out within that channel pretty well. So I'm looking for a little bit more downside right here. I'm looking to kind of fill this gap all the way down to 8. What is that? 886. So 886 is what I was looking for. Um, for that, for at least some relief. Realistically, the 50 is probably going to creep up and we're going to probably test that little area right here at some point. But you can kind of see that we're curling down a little bit. We're going to see some profit taking, in my personal opinion. So we'll kind of see what we got going on there. All right, so I'm just going to kind of jump into trading right now because we're a little bit behind, obviously. So I might be doing a little bit of a different kind of layout too as well. I might be doing two different ones. I'm going to try to break it down as fast as possible because I am running a little bit behind. Obviously, I was supposed to start about half an hour ago when the market opened, and it taken me about half an hour to get this stream up and running. So anyway, we're just, like I said, we're just going to jump right into it. Looks like we had that little small breakout. We're kind of coming down underneath. Let's look over here at the 15-minute really quick on TradingView, kind of see what we're at. All right, so we're just kind of sitting right here in this channel, and it looks like it's respecting my line again right here. My lines are lining, as I like to say. Let's look at the overall. Yeah, so it looks like it kind of just rocketed up, came back down. Oh, looks like we created a gap up here on the 15 minutes. So let's try to just chart that part out right here just for future reference. And I'm just going to mark this as a pre-market gap. Boom. We're most likely going to come down right here, scoop this up again, and then probably curl up to close out this gap before we head back down. So let's look at the smaller time frame here on the 1 minute. Little bearish divergence right here. Let's see if we have a little gap right up here. Yeah, it looks like we do right here still. Yep, here's the start of it. 7:14.87 is the start right here. Yeah, so let's see this little push down really quick. Like I said, in the 15-minute, it looked like we're going to come down, probably test in this channel or test this little support since we did bounce technically right here. So let's see if we can get an entry. Let's see if we can get an entry. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean that the 13 and the 13 is going to cross the 50, but I think it will. I think we'll have a little small wash. I don't think it will be anything crazy. Like I said, I think we're just going to come down, possibly test this support, unless if this hammer candle right here was the test. Nope. Boom. Look at that. Let's see if we can get a quick scalp here really quick. Where is my chart? All right. So as you can see, I have my option chain right up over here for my puts and my calls. I'm kind of skeptical to go in on this one because I just don't think it's strong enough. But you know what? We're here to risk it. See? All right, we're in a put. We're gonna see if we can get this little small wash down right here. I just entered a put right here for a 712 put. 712 put. I bought 10 contracts. This play cost me about $1,900. So let's see if we get the wash or if we get the rip back up. I'm pretty much playing off a Mo's bread buy indicator right now. So we'll see if we get it. We got the cross, but it doesn't necessarily mean, like I said, to go back under. Makes me a little nervous, honestly, because like I said, I'm looking for that bounce back reversal. Let's just close this out right away. I just closed that out. I'm not trying to stay for that. We're going to flip immediately right to calls here. We're going to flip right to calls. Oh, might have had that 50 rejection. You can also see right here the MACD is looking to kind of flip back up. I don't like this candle. RSI is not doing too bad. We're currently sitting at 45 on the 1 minute. I'm still looking to get those calls. I think I'm going to do it right here. We're getting in right here. We're in. I'm looking right here too as well. You can currently see that this is acting as a support over here in the pre-market a little bit, which slightly correlates with this little bounce right here, this bounce right up here, this bounce right up here, even though we got rejected. All right, let's look at the overall market here really quick. You guys already know, well, I mean, if you guys follow me at all, you know exactly how I like looking at my charts. Boom. So as you know, that's AMD, I need Microsoft. All right. Boom, Microsoft is on a rip. Now remember, I keep this all on a 5-minute time frame. Nvidia looks like the 5 crossed the 50, 13 is creeping up across the 50. Also, Avago, the 5 crossed, the 13 is about to cross. It looks like we have some bullish action. Boom. Yep. The only one not doing too well is Apple, and Apple doesn't always go with the trend. Now it looks like our paper trade's probably up. Boom. Yeah, we're up big money. Look at that, $330 just on that play right here. So this is a great play. Now this could even run even more. Let's just take the risk off here. Let's do it basically how Mo likes to play. We'll take 5 off real quick. What is our current last price was 203. We're going to go for 224. We're going to take 5 off at 224. All right. Let's see if we got the cross again. We should be getting out right here right now. Remember, guys, again, when you're paper trading, this lags. It's a very long laggard sometimes. So you got to be a little bit patient when you're trying to trade with this guy. All right, let's see if we can get the 13 across here. We got a really good position of the play. All right, looks like we're gonna get out here pretty soon. What? This is 7-11. All right, so we're currently sitting at 206. All right, I'm asking a little bit much for this actually. I'm gonna bring this down to. We're gonna go 210. We're gonna get rid of 5 at 210. Take a little bit of risk off. We'll see if the 13 corrects. If the 13 breaks the 50 on this on the 1 minute. Now, let's just break down the play that I'm already in. Remember, we're in a paper trade, so this could probably come back down. We do have resistance right up here, and you can clearly see that it rejected right here. So, actually, let's just close out this position as a whole. Actually, I'm pretty skeptical because we were looking over here at the 5-minute time frame at tech across the board, and it looks pretty bullish to me. Yeah, it just looks bullish to me. All right, I'm just going to actually close out this overall position right now. We're already up 320. No reason not to just take the profit for 18% really quick. All right, now we're out. I know the day P&L only says 10, but obviously you clearly saw that we were up 300. Now the reason why I'm going to break down the play. The reason why I also got out here too as well is, like I said, if we're just doing the technical analysis side on here, and we're speaking about just strictly the fundamentals, you really see that we had a big bounce right here, but we also rejected getting close to the Bollinger Band right here. Boom, rejected, tested the 5, kind of rejected, went a little bit lower. We had the 5 cross the 13 to come back under. Now, what I was looking at for this specific play is, this is also why I keep the pre-market hours and the after hours open and on for mine, because I'm also looking to see where this is testing support and resistance. So this helps me keep a good general guideline of what I'm looking at. And like I said, I went strictly off the calls here because boom, we had that slight rejection. We tested the 50. It looks like it rejected again, right? We have the first test, which was coming under. We had the bounce, which was the support area, which it looked like this little section right here was as well. Right here, you can clearly see the bounce, and you can clearly see where I have my lines of where that gap fill was. So boom, support. We came all the way back above, like I said, and then right here, even though it didn't come down and touch the line, this is why it's a really good idea just to have a general guideline of an area of where you see liquidity kind of happen and where you see buyers and sellers coming into play. And that's why also you can look at the option chain. The option chain gives you a huge list of who's buying, who's selling, how many contracts. You know, you can look up the order books if you like. You can clearly see the volume. And also as well, I forgot to add this indicator on here, but let's just add it here real quick if you guys are in here. So obviously you already know all my indicators right here. I like the VP, and my VP settings are on 2070, what it's already initially at. And this gives me pretty much a good key volume of of levels of support and resistance as well. So it kind of helps me gauge how many buyers and how many sellers are in that generalized area. Now this is obviously, this doesn't tell me who's buying, who's selling, right? These are all either limit orders or sell orders. And a lot of this is controlled by algorithms. So anyway, breaking down the play again, like I said, we saw this little support area, saw this rejection, the test of the 50, right? Of the EMAs, we came up, candles tested, came back down. Now this, like I said, this little small area was acting as a support previously before. I saw it right here. It looks like it was acting as a support as well right here at open. It did the same thing, bounced again, and we got in, like, I think right here, right on this candle, and then boom, we had that little small rip. And that's what we're looking for. We're looking for those little small quick 20-30% kind of plays to get in, get out. We weren't in there that long, and like I said, I went in, came up, and going off my analysis right here, it looked like there's a little top, right? Because you had this sell-off happen right here. And so I saw the rejection off of this candle, bounced off the 5 though, and I was like, actually, let's get out right here because I think it doesn't look like it has enough momentum to continue to push up. And look at the Bollinger Bands, guys. The Bollinger Bands are getting really tight, so we're about to short squeeze. We're either about to rip up or rip down. And this is also why I come over here to look at the overall market and what is going on for tech in general, because guess what? All these 5 major companies pretty much move SPY. So if the general direction is happening with Apple, Meta, Microsoft, Nvidia, Avago, you know, we get a good generalization of where we can go. See, right now, this looks like a great opportunity to buy another put, or to possibly buy another call. We'll see kind of what happens right here. We're still technically above the 5, and we had the cross right here. So we got a double diamond. Double diamond. To me, when I see a double diamond, that means double down. But we'll see. We'll see kind of how it plays out. I'm going to be looking to get into another call because, like I said, when we went back to the 15-minute over here, even on the 1-minute, you can see it on the 1-minute that I had up over here. We got that pre-market gap. You see it overnight. Going into morning, right? Pre-market hours, gap down, and right on the 52, which is very interesting to me. So if we look at this 15-minute candle right here, we're currently at a slight indecision. Also, you can see that the top and the bottom of these candles right here are basically kind of setting up to head higher. Possibly. Doesn't mean it will. But that's what I'm looking at. Like I said, I'm looking to fill this gap. I love playing the gaps because that's where pretty much all the volume and the liquidity and everybody else is kind of looking to put in their plays. So normally we have huge buyers come in. Let's see if we can get in on this one actually. Let's see if we can get in. What's the volume looking like? So we're slightly under. We had this rejection off the 5 coming under. It looks like things are kind of getting picked up right here. I'm looking for this support area to kind of get in. Remember, guys, I'm looking for this bounce again. Doesn't mean we'll get it. We could wash down to go even lower really quick. So we just got to kind of be patient. See, boom, bearish indicator. See that little flippity floppity? Now just kind of basing off of this, we'll see. We're channel surfing, right? We're channel surfing. We're going to try to play this zone right here. Where's our top? 712. I'm just going to round it up to 713. In my mind, 713. Keeps numbers simple. Let's see if this support kind of holds. Realistically, what I'm looking for, obviously, we're getting the bearish indicator. The 5 and the 13 are kind of crossing down under. Now remember, the 13 didn't cross last time. It bounced right back up. It looks like we got some hard selling happening right now. I'm still looking to be bullish, even though we have the selling pressure. Now we just got to be patient. This is where patience kind of comes in. You want the charts to work for you. Don't overwork the charts. Don't overthink it. Set up the plan. What's my plan? Boom, I'm looking for calls off of what? This support area. This area of support. Now we're just going to be waiting for confirmation to see if the 13 crosses under the 50 with the 5 to give it a nice good push down. Now if the 13 crosses, I'm going to be looking at puts. Now we could preemptively, right? You're probably thinking, why don't you just play the puts? Because, well, I don't really have that. See, 15 minutes still kind of making an indecision right here. The 5 wants to get above the 13, but this candle is currently not doing it. We're still technically above the 5 though, which makes me still technically bullish. Anyway, guys, do you guys have any questions or anything like that that you guys want to know about trading? Also, like I said, you can do paper trading on TradingView. How did I do that last time? Go up here on the top right corner, it says trade. You should be able to open this up with a trading broker. Obviously, they have multiple, right? Coinbase Advance. I like that one. Trade-Avate's okay. TradeStation is the only option trading that you can do with TradingView. I personally have never used it before. I'm looking to actually start to get into doing that a little bit and then possibly doing some option trading and learning with you guys at the same time while doing this, because I mean, obviously I love option trading. Now right here, this is what I was talking about, paper trading. Just click on this guy right here, boom. You're just going to click connect, bang, and you should be good to go. Now you can see right here on the bottom, paper trading right here, boom. We're just going to go trade here really quick, and then this will pop up. Your orders, selling or buying, how many units are within there. Now you're going to kind of want to pull this part. I'm just going to exit this out here really quick. I don't want to look at it. You can see this little arrow right here. Well, you can't, because my big old face is actually in the way here. Let me move this up. So there's a little arrow right here. You're going to click this guy right here. This is going to pop up and it's going to give you your trading summary really quick. Okay. Now my current balance right here, I got $99,000 in here. My last paper trade, I think I lost. I lost 213 bucks, obviously. But you can obviously see where you're at on the position. So let's just do this here really quick. You see this little arrow? This is how I like to do it. You can click buy or sell right here. Let's just go, we'll sell, right? We're gonna do some puts. So obviously you can only buy with whatever you got. So available funds, remember this is in shares. This isn't in options. So you're buying whole shares outright, 150 units, which is around $100,000. So how many units was that? 150. So let's just go. How much is 100? All right, we'll just do 100. I personally like using large amounts when I'm paper trading, doing this. Leverage is obviously 1-to-1. It tells you right here. Tick value $1 per unit. We're getting 100, or not $1 per unit. Tick value 1-for-1, so $1. So let's just buy here really quick. Now this is what I like about using TradingView. See, obviously we're in. You can see where we're up and out of the position. This little blue arrow right here lets you know where you got in on the position. We're thinking up, right? This arrow's up. That means we're thinking calls. Now, I'm just going to minimize this here really quick because I like the chart to be pretty big. This is your TP, which is called take profit. You can drag this up and pretty much limit to where you want to go. So let's just say we want to test the 50 here. 50 is probably going to go right here. Now you can do your risk management ratio right here and add your stop loss to as well, and it's just a click and drag. Let's say we don't want to go under there. Boom, we'll do $96 loss, right? Slightly under, but barely above, or just under this little support line. Now that's why I really like having this type of trading. That's why also I'm going to be looking at different other brokerages and stuff like that. Or what was the brokerage? Tradeify or something? I don't remember. Anyway, but this makes it really simple and visually pleasing, obviously, to the eye. You can clearly see where you want to go right here. Boom, click and drag, and then click and drag for your stop loss. Take profit, stop loss. Also, it's going to give you the ticker right here to tell you where you're at. If you're in profit, out of profit, taking a loss, not taking a loss. And it tells you right here. Now, you can also exit this out if you don't like it. Boom, you can cancel that stop loss order if you like. Just click that little X button and then you can re-click and drag. Or if you just want to edit it by itself, you can just click and drag it again. You know what I mean? So that's what I like about that. And if you just want to close the trade out outright, right, just click this exit button right here, close position. It's that easy. So I just wanted to use that as an example. Obviously, that's not a play that we're doing, but if you guys are interested ever in paper trading and you're trying to learn a technical analysis and you're trying to learn the fundamentals of how the whatever ticker you're looking at, obviously, for example, like I said, I'm looking at SPY. So whatever ticker that you're looking at, you're going to use, right? So you can use that to trade your fundamentals of what you're looking at. For example, let's just go, we'll do trade again. And let's do a sell limit. Let's do a sell limit right here. Now a sell limit is puts, right? So let's just continue with the momentum. We'll do a take profit right here, boom. We'll do a stop loss. If we come back up in this candle, we'll keep it real tight. We'll see if we come back. It looks like the 5 doesn't want to break the 13. So let's see if this will play out. And like I said, we'll do a take profit right here. Just to kind of show you if we get it. Obviously, we're up $7 or whatever. I totally forgot we're not even in a trade over here yet. Wonderful. All right, see, now it looks like it's playing out how I'm thinking. Look at this little support area right here. Now we can draw a little line of general support just to kind of look at it. We'll just do a little trend line here, boom. I know you guys probably can't really see it, but see how it's kind of bouncing right here in this area? Closing candle, bounce right here. This closing candle gives me a little bit more confidence that this is a nice support. We had a bounce right here, and you know what we're gonna do? We're just gonna go right in for a call because I'm seeing the momentum kind of shift. Volume's pretty good right here. A little worried about this fan right here, but you know, you gotta have slight risk. So let's just go for it. We're gonna go boom. All right, we're in. Now I could get destroyed here, but I'm liking the play. Like I said, the initial overall, what I'm looking for again is that pre-market gap fill right up here, right up here. What time is it? All right, I'm just going to close that position out right there. I just wanted to show you guys that little paper trading thing right here. And you can see, like I said, the arrows tell you what positions you went in on that candle. But like I said, all right, we're just going to focus on this one right now. But yeah, like I said, if that's something you guys are trying to learn and get your technicals down and you don't want to personally use your own money and stuff like that, kind of like what we're doing right now. We got smoked on this call. Let's see if this support holds here. That's a huge engulfing candle. Huge engulfing candle. Nope. Woof. Woof. Crazy. That is a crazy, crazy candle. I should just get out. Shouldn't even. I shouldn't even be messing with this. Playing with fire right now. Yeah, it looks like she's going lower. When's next candle? Right now. All right. This is the moment of truth. Let's see if this candle holds as a support or not. I don't think it will. It really looks like it wants to wash. Really got rejected hard off the 50. But we're going to hold on. Like I said, we're looking for confirmation candles. And like I said, this area is a support area. So sometimes you got to be patient. Sometimes you just get a bad entry. That's all that happens. So you can clearly see that we're down 70 bucks. But like I said, I personally believe in this play. We'll see. Sometimes you got to go through the chop. There's just no doubt about it. You're just going to go into, oh, see, look, that's why we wait for the confirmation. Wait for the confirmation. I'm telling you guys, I'm telling you. Just like that, we're back, baby. We're back. Let's go. Technically, we are in a bearish kind of channel. Let's just draw a little line right here. So it looks like we're forming, what is this? A wedge. Looks like a wedge. But like I said, I'm going for that pre-market analysis of what I did. Would you play a call on the bottom of that wick? It gapped up quick. Which one? This one? The 710 wick? This one right here? All right, we got to beat the 50 here. We haven't beat the 50 in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 tests. Yeah. Would I play a call off of this? Well, yeah, that's what I was saying too. When we did the technical analysis here, sometimes the chart on Webull just looks really ugly to me. I love TradingView. TradingView is just so pretty. It just looks so much better. Yeah, I would, because that's what we were talking about previously before. I don't know if you were in here or not, but like I said, when we were doing the analysis this morning, when I was talking about everything, this was acting as a support area right here. You had this huge engulfing candle coming back up with this nice big push up, which leads me to have a support. This came down for an overbought, bounced again, looks like it rejected, boom, trampolined. Came back down, tested the support area right here, came back up, tested the 50, generalized support area, came back up, broke down, boom, and then I put that line right here because you can clearly see bounce here, and a bounce here. So 3 touches right here off of the bounce with hammer candles basically to act as a temporary support, right? But you don't know if it really holds. And then this engulfing candle pretty much invalidated this bounce almost right here, these 3 with this one candle. But like I said, going back to the same area, this is why you use general areas. There isn't, like, hitting support lines and resistant lines and drawing your lines and stuff like that. It gets pretty hard to just keep it as a hard support. You know what I mean? A lot of this, when you're day trading, a lot of this stuff is temporary support because it's either it breaks through or it holds. You know what I mean? So I wasn't too worried. Like I said, this red line has been acting as a support and a resistance. So that's what I use it as for both, depending on the general direction of what that ticker is. As soon as it confirmed, it gapped up. Yeah. So, and that's why also I held here. You got to wait for that confirmation. You know what I mean? Had this engulfing candle, but like I said, my technical analysis, my TA told me what I was talking about previously before. Boom, support area. And that's exactly what it looks like. It looks like it's in a channel. And obviously the Bollinger Bands are getting really tight, which leads me to think we're going to have a squeeze. Where are we going to have the squeeze? Boom. What did we talk about this morning? This gap up right here, pre-market gap. That's where I think it's going. That's what I think. Doesn't mean it will, but in my mind, that's what I'm shooting for. So we could reject right here again and just go under and just totally fall off and not even fill this gap. But I get excited. I like filling gaps. You know me. So we'll see. And then, like I said, going back into the overall market here, we're looking at volume a little bit. Looks like volume's dying above. So we'll probably have the sell off. But we're looking over here again, like I said, at my multiple other charts, multiple indices that make up SPY. And we're bullish. We're bullish across the board. Looks like we're slightly getting some relief, but we're bullish. 5 crossed here, 13 crossed here. We're above the 50. 13 and 5 crossed here. We're testing the 50 right now. Microsoft already did that pre-market, and you can clearly see we're running up. So we'll see if we have some relief. It looks like we're selling off here. Yep. Boom. Should have exited that trade right up here. And it's always good to peel off your contracts. Personally, I don't always do that. I'll enter and exit full positions. Yeah, it looks like she wants to go down. And like I said, we're in that wedge right here. This could be a bullish or bearish wedge. What time is it? Oof. Guys, I got to go to work. It's time for me to go. I'm sorry. I'm going to be live streaming a little bit, pretty much almost every day, but Tuesdays and Thursdays specifically are just going to be for Plus members, and then I'm going to have I'm going to figure something out in between those days and stuff like that. So, oof, yeah. We're out. We're getting out. We're getting out. I forgot to even close that position. So, see this line? I'm just going to move it down right here. Boom. And then I'm going to extend this line, obviously, because we didn't break. And then I'm just going to see if this plays out in this channel. But anyway, so sorry about the inconvenience for the 30-minute gap there. I don't know why my stream wasn't uploading or anything like that. I had to re-download and stuff like that, but absolutely garbage. I hated it. I hate stuff like that. It really just grinds my gears, especially at like 6 o'clock in the morning. All right, so it looks like it broke out of that channel. Looks like we're heading lower for sure. Broke this support. Touched the Bollinger Band. I would expect some relief here really quick. Let's see what we got here. Yeah. So, yeah, like I said, boom. Didn't even have to even redo this. My guess, coming down, testing the blue line. Like I said, look, boom. We bounce back right here. So, that's what I think is going to happen right here around this blue line. Anyway, so I'm going to be doing that. Today was actually my first live stream teaching. I'm going to be teaching Tuesdays and Thursdays, same time, right before market. I'm gonna be live maybe about, I think I'm gonna change the time a little bit, maybe 30 minutes before market, so that way we can do some Q&As. You guys can ask me questions, maybe look at some different stocks and stuff like that, do some technical analysis, do different ideas. If you guys have any ideas that you want to learn about or want to be taught, I'm definitely open to all that stuff. So I do value you guys as your guys' opinions. I value them. So this is all made possible by you guys. So I love doing this stuff. Anyway, I almost forgot. If you guys haven't already got the Earner Plus, there's 2 days left. 2 days. 2 days left to get the Plus membership. So that's for the lifetime, and for the monthly, you're going to get that 40% discount. So if you haven't already, that deal is going to be gone, dude. It's going to be gonzo. So definitely sign up so you can get grandfathered in at a real reasonable price. I think it's like $99 a month for the monthly. And then what is the total for the lifetime? I don't remember what the total for the lifetime was, but those rates are going to be, price hike's going to happen soon, real soon. So definitely take advantage, dude. And if you guys are with us on the journey, not just my journey, but your guys' financial freedom journey, let's get it, dude. I love doing this stuff. I love doing this for you guys. So um, I think I'm just going to do a live stream tomorrow because this one got all riggedy wrecked. So 2400, that's right, 2400 for the lifetime. Thanks, CryptoB. I appreciate you. I see you out there. 2400 for the lifetime. So it's a sick deal. It's a sick deal. You know, instead of paying monthly, just get that one payment, wham bam and done. Boom. Let's see if this holds here. See, dude, I can do this all day, dude. I can do this all day. I can look at the charts all day, talk about the charts all day, think about different things. I love this. I love this stuff, dude. I love it. Look at that. BB oversold. You know what I'm gonna do? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna grab a call. I'm gonna risk it. Oh, that was a put. I don't want to do a put. I want to call. All right, we're in the call. I just want to get rid of you. Dude, I hate when my orders don't sell, bro. Got these fruit flies. I don't want to sell. I want to buy. What was the last? 136? Come on. All right, cool. All right, I'm going to leave this call in here. I'm going to leave this call because it looks like there's a support right here. Not a support, but it looks like it's going to bounce right here. Like I said, right here. Look at this, boom. Grab it. I'm just risking it. I'll take the heat on this one. And you know what? I'm gonna leave this open, but I gotta go. I'm already late. I'm already late for work, so I'm gonna go. I gotta call it, guys. Wow, this ain't coming back. I went way, way, way too heavy into a call. What are you talking about? Right now? It's gonna come back. It has to. Just kidding. It doesn't have to do anything. But like I said, I'm looking at this little support area right here. Boom. Here comes that 50 test. 50 or 13 test. I'm hoping for the 13. Peace. Yeah, sorry. I'm going to hold off for a second. I want to make this one last trade, even though it's a paper trade. I like doing this stuff. Testing theories. So you hear what I said before? Boom. Little support area. Where to bounce right here. Also the breaking of the Bollinger Band. Also 132. What is this? A 110? We should be up money right now. We should be up. We should be up. Sometimes I wish this thing would just load. Boom, 300. You see that? Bang. Bang. Let's get out. Let's get out here. We're asking 194. Let's not ask 194. How about like 170? No. What's it at? 157? 155. Let's get out at 155. Dude, I hate paper trading sometimes because it literally takes so long for it to like register. Like if this was live trading, quick in and out, quick in and out, quick in and out. But we're not. Anyway, also you can see that the volume up here is still fairly high. So I think we're going to come up and touch there. We should be getting out like right now. Also, quick little lesson here. I'm pretty sure Mo talks about this all the time. Anytime you have a Bollinger Band break, you're going to normally see a retest of either one of the EMAs, either the 15, the 13, or the 5. You honestly never really know because the momentum changes and shifts all the time. So, looks like we're going to continue to wash down though, in my opinion. But if you're looking for a quick trying to catch a falling knife, now it's extremely dangerous trying to do that, trying to catch this falling knife right here. I get my fingers cut off and my hands cut off literally all the time. Because I try to do this exact play right here where you get this quick little scalp, quick in and out, boom. All right, we're out. Bang. It hit our TP. Let's see if this thing, dude, I gotta go. I gotta go. I'm gonna be so late for work. I'm expecting a 50 test. Here it comes. Now, this line right here could be acting as a resistance. Remember, these support lines can definitely act as a resistance. So always keep that in the back of your mind so you don't get caught off guard when it's like, oh, where are we going? Definitely keep that in mind. Yep. Boom. Here's the rejection. Yeah, like I said, I think we continue down. Boom. Let's see if this comes down to support. Yep, here we go. A little more push. Now you could literally, if you're quick enough, you can literally play both sides of this. Boom. Rip the call here really quick. All right, we're going to test one of the EMAs. I'm going to get in this general area, get into a put. Kind of goes in your favor. Doesn't beat this previous high in this other candle here really quick. Also rejection off of what this would be an engulfing candle, which makes you believe, which I said too as well, is that we're going to eventually sell off a little bit more. Now I'd be kind of looking at calls right here again. I would be looking at calls. You see how this candle's wicking back up a little bit here? Oh, 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 oh. Bang. All right. General support area. Now this looks very familiar. See, now this is where your pattern recognition kind of comes in. Now it's not obviously exactly the same, but you see this little setup right here? It looks almost like this little setup right here. And what happened after that? We had a nice good rip up the test. So let's see if this scenario plays out again like this scenario. Obviously not the same, but generally the same idea. Remember, like I said, area of support, kind of, right? A little area of support, because you had this huge engulfing candle here, but the rejection, and then the huge engulfing candle here, multiple bounces here, multiple bounces here, bounce, bounce, bounce. Also, looks like we have plenty of volume up here. This is why also I keep my volume keys up here. Plenty of volume. I think I'm going to rip a call, and I'm just going to let it ride until I get to work, which is a little while away. Oh, look at that. See? Bang. Oh, man. You know what? Let's play it. Let's play it. Let's play the volatility. We're playing the volatility here. Not too bad of an entry. I don't like this engulfing candle. Well, it's not engulfing because it didn't engulf this whole candle yet. Close. Very, very close. Again, like I said, this little area right here could be acting as a resistance. I like this. I like this. Now look at these candles. They're slightly above, this candle specifically, slightly above the 5 EMA right here. Looking to get above the 13. Now let's see if the 5 can cross the 13 here. The 50 is still kind of coming down. Now these EMAs looking like they're gonna pinch up right here. You see that? See how it's pinching right here? Also right here on the 50, they're getting closer and closer, which makes me believe a squeeze. A squeeze is about to happen here. All right, guys, I gotta go. Actually, I gotta go. I can't even watch this anymore. But I'm gonna leave this play open, and then when I get to work, we'll see. I'll let you guys know when I get to work if this play played out or not. Anyway, much love, guys. Seriously, if you guys haven't upgraded, join us on the journey to financial freedom. I'm serious. I want to take everyone along with me. I love doing this stuff. I want to bring you guys the best education possible, best learning tools possible. I want to teach everybody what I know, what I'm seeing with my eyeballs, so you can see what I'm seeing. Anyway, guys, much love. I'll catch you guys on the next one. I might just stream tomorrow anyway, because this morning kind of went to ish, so I didn't really like that, and I don't like leaving people out like that. It looks like we're not gonna get this play. Looks like we got smoked. Well, I got smoked on that one. I'm out. Anyway, guys, I'll see you guys next time, all right? I appreciate you guys for stopping by. And I'll see you in the Discord, man. I'll see you all in the Discord.